Hello students, I welcome you all in virtual classroom. Let's facilitate learning. Today we are going to learn the second section of poetry today. In this section we have first poem titled as Song of the Open Road, which is written by the great poet Walt Whitman. Before starting the poem, let's talk about icebreakers activities which are given before the actual poem. Here we have given icebreakers. So what is an icebreaker? An icebreaker is an activity, game or event designed to warm up the conversation among students in class. So what is the use of icebreaker? Icebreakers increase curiosity among students, and actually it is a kind of pre-preparation. So here we have given some questions. Let's talk about them first, then we will move to the poem. So here we have given the question like this: choose the mode of travel that you would like the most for a journey. Here we have provided four options: A. Airways, B. Waterways, C. Railways, and fourth roadways. So here students asked to choose the mode of travel you would prefer for your journey. So for an example here, I am going to choose roadways. Now next we have asked as give reasons for your preferences. Why you prefer the mode of travel, you have to explain here. So we can explain it as the roadways are easily available to all. So I also use it most. I can travel through remote areas by roadways. There are various kinds of vehicles available for road. This journey gives me a chance to see closely the nature's beauty, green landscapes, villages, rivers, mountains, and big cities could be some of the reasons. Next question: discuss with your partner the preparations you would like to make for the journey chosen. So, what could be the preparations you would like to make for your journey? So, the answer could be like this: I would make a perfect planning for the journey. I would collect information of the places before visiting it from different sources. I would use physical map or Google map to know the distance and exact location of the place. I also would carry the required things and medicines during journey. I would make booking of tickets, lodging and hotels. I would carry essential documents if I have to use my own vehicle. I would carry lightweight bags. I would place money in safe place. I would carry mobile chargers and power banks to get mobile facility uninterrupted. I would also keep in touch with my family members who are at home. This could be some of the preparations that one can make before going for a journey. The next question: discuss the ways in which you would overcome the problems, hindrances, difficulties you face during the journey. So here students are asked to discuss about the difficulties that can be faced during a journey. So the answer could be like this: if I face any problem during my journey, I would take the help of persons near me. If it is not possible, I would go to the near place where I get the required help. I would take help of the local police or inform my friends or family members to send required help to resolve the problem. I also would keep patience and try to overcome the problems. I would try to sort out the problems smoothly, and I would remain calm and pay attention to my safety to continue the journey. So, these are some of the ways which can be accepted to avoid difficulties during journey. Next question. During every journey, we have to observe certain rules. Discuss your ideas of the journey without any restrictions, and you can begin like this. First sentence is given to you as I would go alone or with selected friends. So, which are the rules that one must be followed while heading for the journey? I would go alone and search out the possible ways to continue the journey. I would go with my friends if there is need of team efforts. We would follow all the rules and regulations of the road safety, and we would show the required documents to show our identity proof. We would not consume the harmful drinks like alcohol during journey. So in this way, we have completed our icebreaker section. Let's move to the next. Now, before starting our poem, let's speak about the poet of the poem. Song of the Open Road is a beautiful poem written by Walt Whitman. He was born on May 31, 1819. He is an American poet, essayist, and journalist. He was known as father of free verse. He also founded newspaper The Long Islander and Brooklyn Daily Eagle. He also worked as a freelance journalist. He wrote famous poetry collection Leaves of Grass. Walt Whitman was died on March 26, 1892. Let's talk about Walt Whitman's famous poetry collection Leaves of Grass. Leaves of Grass is the famous poetry collection by Walt Whitman. He spent most of his professional life writing and rewriting Leaves of Grass, revising it multiple times until his death. This resulted in vastly different editions over 4 decades. The poems of Leaves of Grass are closely connected with Whitman's celebration of his philosophy of life and humanity. They praise the nature and the individual human's role in it. Now let's talk something about our poem Song of the Open Road. Song of the Open Road is the most beautiful poem taken from Walt Whitman's famous poetic collection Leaves of Grass. Song of the Open Road is a beautiful blend of self awareness, free will, and tenderness of heart. It gives us poet's realization that along with the journey of life, one will face a taste of wisdom which is not tasted in any school or university. A road is something everyone uses, whether rich or poor, and forces all levels of people to associate with one another. The road signifies mobility. One can take the road as a point to start over towards something new. Whitman talks about the people and places. He argues against staying in one place for too long, although the hospitality may be true. Now, the title of the poem is Song of the Open Road. Let's talk about the significance of the title. The title of the poem, Song of the Open Road, is very significant as Whitman has used the word song with a definite purpose that he enjoys to travel on the open road without any tension and worries of past, present, and future, and face the life without any complaint against his life. The poet wishes to move ahead on the road of life with his own will and goodness. The song of the open road also indicates freedom. Now, theme of the poem: freedom, joy of free life, and optimism are the major themes of this poem. Throughout the poem, the poet encourages the readers to be true to themselves and live free and enjoy the freedom of life. Although his life is not free from obligations and troubles, he encourages to live their dreams, leaving the obstacles behind. It teaches us to be optimistic and happy. We have everything, including freedom and opportunities. It encourages us to enjoy the life in healthy and free world. It motivates us to fill our heart with immense pleasure. Now let's discuss about the vocabulary, means new words and their meanings, so that we will understand the poem in a better way. Afoot means going on foot, walking, or in motion. Brown path means bare land. Postpone means to stop for few days. Suffice means enough or adequate or sufficient. Delicious burdens here means sweet memories of the past. Whimper means low voice of cry or agony or unhappiness or sadness. Querulous means argumentative or complaining. Next, constellations. Here it means group, collection, or gathering of people. Light-hearted means cheerful and carefree. And next, take two means begin. Now let's read the poem once, then we'll learn it stanza wise. 2.1 Song of the Open Road. Afoot and light-hearted, I take to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me. The long brown path before me leading wherever I choose. Henceforth, I ask not good fortune, I myself am good fortune. Henceforth, I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing. Done with indoor complaints, libraries, querulous criticisms. Strong and content, I travel the open road, the earth that is sufficient. I do not want the constellations any nearer. I know they are very well where they are. I know they suffice for those who belong to them. Still here, I carry my old delicious burdens. I carry them, men and women. I carry them with me wherever I go. I swear it is impossible for me to get rid of them. I am filled with them and I will feel them in return. Now let's learn the meaning of the poem stanza wise. First stanza. Afoot and light-hearted, I take to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me. The long brown path before me leading wherever I choose. Song of the Open Road is one of the poems in the collection of the American poet Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass. The speaker of the poem is in a cheerful, open minded mood and has set out on a journey of freedom on an open road. His destination is not fixed. For him, people are like travelers. For him, life is a journey and not a destination. He has chosen the poem Open Road, which allows people of all categories, the rich and the poor. All these gets equal opportunity to travel, and by this, the poor speaker upholds his democratic values. He is in complete control of his life. He is in charge and he is only deciding which path to choose. Now, next, second stanza. Henceforth I ask not good fortune, I myself am good fortune. Henceforth I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing. Done with indoor complaints, libraries, querulous criticisms, strong and contained, I travel the open road. Right from the beginning, the speaker announces that he is not searching for any material success. As he says, I ask not good fortune. He is satisfied. That is why he is light-hearted. He does not want luck because he is carefree and cheerful and strong enough to make his own luck. The speaker is free and untroubled. The road is the symbol of progress and mobility. He has come out of all worldly stresses, petty fights, and has decided to relax. He is of the opinion that once he steps into this open road, he has all the time by his side. The relaxing road gives him an overwhelming pleasure, and all the problems fade away. He no longer feels troubled or stressed, but strong and contained. Let's move to the third stanza. The earth that is sufficient. I do not want the constellations any nearer. I know they are very well where they are. I know they suffice for those who belong to them. Now, the speaker is so content with himself that he is happy to be separated from others. He does not have any desire to reach the stars and know that they are fine whatever they are. He gives a hint that he does not want to include himself with the people who belong to the constellations. Maybe he is indicating towards the influential people. He does not need them. His journey from community to the natural world makes him understand realities. He is on the road to mobility, and the reward he gets is true happiness and wisdom. Next, fourth stanza. Still here I carry my old delicious burdens. I carry them, men and women. I carry them with me wherever I go. I swear it is impossible for me to get rid of them. I am filled with them and I will fill them in return. Let's try to learn the meaning of the fourth stanza. The last stanza is a parenthesis since it is given in brackets. If you observe carefully, it is given in bracket. The poem could have been complete without these lines actually, but they are like afterthoughts, a self-confession, and inside where the speaker accepts that he has got problems. They are his burdens, but he has no complaints against them. On the contrary, he refers to them as delicious. He does not disown them but relishes them, and so he is not worried to carry them wherever he is going. He and his burdens share a meaningful relationship. This acceptance of life as it is gives the speaker relaxation and happiness as well as opportunity to be true to himself. Thus, we have completed our four stanzas. Now, today we are going to stop here. We will meet in the next video with new information. Thank you.